Welcome friends. In this video, we'll be learning about quadratic inequality and inequality of higher power. Just to add, I'm recording this video for the third time. Last two times due to some glitches it could not record, but I thought that because I'm coming every day, I must record. Okay, so let's begin. So why I decided to make a video on quadratic inequality? Because most of the people face difficulty in this topic, and obviously I'm not going to discuss how to solve quadratic equation in this video, so maybe that is for some other day. Okay, so let us take the most basic question of this type. This is a quadratic inequation. What is the difference between an equation and inequation? Quadratic equation has either two roots or one root, real and equal and real root, which is like when the roots are same, we can say it can have one root also, or it can have no real root also. But the inequality will have a range of solution. Okay, so that is the difference between inequality and equation. So let us understand the concept with the help of examples. Okay, so I had planned to solve it in front of you, but because I already said that twice I recorded it, so it's already solved. So what is the method? See, normally what you do, everyone will agree that the first step is this. So we factorize the quadratic equation into two factors, and then after we reach this point, x minus 5 into x minus 8 equal to or more than equal to 0. So what we do is we take, usually this is the method which is given in most of the books, that either we take this option that these two numbers product is positive, so either they are both positive because plus into plus is plus, or they are both negative. So we have to take cases, but we'll see that once the number of factors increases, so that approach will become very cumbersome and very lengthy and confusing. So that's why we need to have a better approach. So I say that this is the easiest approach. So what do? We take a number line. On that number line, so first step is equate all these brackets to 0. So equal to 0, and find the value of x. So I'm getting x equal to 5 and x equal to 8. Put those numbers on the number line. So x is 5 and x is 8. Now let us check for these values, all the values which are more than 8. Let us take one of them. Let's take x equal to 10. Now if I take x equal to 10, so what will happen? So this bracket will become positive if I take x equal to 10, and this also is positive. So plus into plus is plus. So what we got, that in this region it will be plus. Let me take a value between 5 and 8. So let's take x equal to 7. So if I take x equal to 7, then I get plus and minus. So one is positive, one is negative. That's why I have put negative. And if I take a value less than 5, suppose I take x equal to 0, then I will be getting negative. So minus minus plus. Now because this is the first question, so I am individually checking in all the different ranges. Actually we don't need to do this also. So it can be made even more standard and generalized. So the idea here is, it is very fast. What you do is simply take this number line and plot the points where the brackets are becoming 0. So that is x equal to 5 and x equal to 8. And if the coefficient of the term with highest power of x is positive, begin with here and start putting plus minus plus alternatively. So start here and write plus minus plus, nothing else to do. No need to check every time. Okay. Now what is the answer for this question? We want this inequality to be more than equal to 0. So x should be more than 8 and x should be less than 5. So that is the answer, x less than 5 and x more than equal to 8. Another way of writing it is using the intervals. So when I use this kind of bracket, this means 8 is included and 5 is also included, because equal to sign is there. Okay, so that is why I am using this notation. So that is the answer. Now let us quickly move to the next question. What if I have a minus over there? Now in that case, I have two choices. Okay. So if it begins with a minus, either I can also start with a minus. Minus, plus, minus. And in this case, I want it to be less than 0. So you can see the answer is x greater than 4 and x less than 3. So either this is the method you can use. So if it starts with a minus, you can start with a minus. Or what you can do is, another approach which I will suggest is, convert the question. So you know that, convert, not change. Okay, you can't change. So you know that you can multiply the same number to the equation, nothing changes. But in case of inequality, if you multiply a positive number, the sign of equality doesn't change, it holds. But if you multiply a negative number, the sign of inequality changes. Now my objective here is to make this negative into positive. So what will I do? I will multiply this inequation with -1 on both sides. Now when you multiply an inequality with a negative number, so the sign of the inequality reverses, it changes. So what will happen? This will become, minus will become plus, plus will become minus, minus will become plus. 0 into -1, I am multiplying with -1 throughout. So still it is 0, but this less than sign will become more than sign. Now this question and this question is same. So because we have just converted the question in this form, so the solution of this question and this question will be same. There is no problem. Now again we are back to our standard form. So you know that this is positive, so I can start with plus, minus and plus. And in this form, I want it to be more than 0. So again my answer is more than 4 and less than 3, which I can write like this. Now what is this interval? This is called open interval. This small bracket is called open interval, where the value is not included. So this is 4 to infinity, means 4 is not included. So x is more than 4. Here x is less than 3. And anyway infinity is never included. So you saw it is very simple. Now let us see quickly the other 3 questions also, which may look difficult, but it is exactly the same. The method is not going to change at all. Now suppose I have 3 brackets. Then I may need to take so many cases. Like I may need to take something like minus, minus, plus, or plus, 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 or plus, minus, minus. So to avoid that situation, again take it in a number line, equate this bracket to 0, equate this all the bracket to 0. So you get x equal to -5, 6 and 8. Now you can see the coefficient of all the terms of x is positive. So x into x into x is x cube. X cube coefficient is positive. So I can start here with plus, minus, plus, minus. And which reason is important for me for the answer? This is the reason which is important for me, because I want the solution to be positive. Okay, the value to be positive. So I need this reason. X is more than 8, more than equal to 8. X should be more than equal to 8, and x should be less than -5. X should be I want it to be positive. Okay, so x should be more than 8, and x should be between -5 and 6. X should be between -5 and 6. So I'll write here, because I want this reason and this reason. So I'll write here -5 less than equal to x less than equal to 6, -5 to 6, and x more than 8. So my answer will be x belongs to -5 to 6, and because equal to sign is there, so we will use closed interval, union x belongs to 8 to infinity. Again 8 will be included and infinity will not be included, because equal to sign is there. Okay, so idea is very simple. Whether it is 2 brackets or 3 brackets, whether it is quadratic or cubic, equate everything to 0. So -5, 6 and 8 are the important numbers, and because everything is plus, 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 all the x terms, so you can start with plus, minus, plus, minus. Now depending on the question, we want greater than equal to 0, so we want x more than equal to 8, and between minus 5 and 6, and you can get your answer. Be careful in this part, okay? Just do it properly, but the method will be same. Okay. Coming to the next problem, okay? Coming to the next question, this one. Here also see the important points are minus 4, minus 3, 5, 7 and 9, which I have taken already. And because the coefficient of all the terms of x is positive, so I can start with plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. And then I want the sign to be less than equal to 0. So this is an important reason for me. This one and this one. Now that is why I have written x is less than minus 4. This and this. X is between minus 3 and 5 and x is more than 9. Now a very important point. I'm over stressing on it, I know, but I have to. See, although you have an equal to sign over here, so you will be thinking like, okay, I should put equal to sign here and equal to sign here and equal to sign here. But understand one thing, that x plus 4 is coming in the denominator. So x can never be equal to 4, and that's why I cannot put this equal to sign. Also, x can never be equal to 9. So I should not put this equal to sign. Now minus 3 and 5, can x be equal to minus 3 and 5? Yes. So here I can put equal to sign. Okay. So it is less than equal to 0. In these two cases I can put equal to sign, because if x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to 5, this will be equal to 0, which is not a problem for me. But I should make sure x can be equal to 7 also. But what I should make sure is x should not be equal to 9 and minus 4. That is the only thing you have to take care in case of something coming in the denominator. Okay. Now this also is very important. Now I have written over here, even don't consider, odd 1 means make it 1. Let me explain my point. See, now whenever you have a bracket, now inside the bracket you can have a positive number or a negative number, but the even power of that will always be positive. So overall this term is positive. Now if I multiply a positive number or if I divide by a positive number, the sign of the inequality doesn't change. So whether I consider this term or not doesn't matter, but there is a rider with that. So I need to consider it at last. Why, I'll tell you. Okay, so just first listen. So the first step is, for the moment don't consider it, I will come back to it. Okay, so even power, consider that this is not there, this term is not there. And odd power, you can make it as 1. So x minus 3 to the power 9, you can make it as x minus 3 itself, nothing else. So the question becomes x minus 3 into, because this term becomes only x minus 3, into x minus 7 into x plus 8. So what we have done, even power we have not considered, and odd power we have made it 1. Now again this question becomes, you have to consider plus 3, plus 7 and minus 8. And on the number line I'll take minus 8, 3 and 7. And from the right hand side, from this side, I will start writing, because all the terms are plus, 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 plus. The coefficient of x is plus. Then I can begin with plus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Now which is the important reason for me? Less than equal to 0. So I want the negative part. So x is between 3 and 7. And x is less than equal to minus 8. Now because equal to sign is there, so I am also taking equal to sign. Now what one thing extra we need to take care here is, see, we have not considered this term because we thought that this will not have an impact, but there is a catch. So what we should think is, can x be equal to 2? Can x be equal to 2? So yes, if x is equal to 2, this entire thing will become 0 and the inequality will be satisfied. So that means x equal to 2 is the part of solution. But if I see my solution range, x is less than equal to minus 8. So 2 is not part of this. And x is between 3 and 7. 3 and 7 included. So 2 is not part of this. So I have to add extra 2. Okay, 2 I have to add. So in this case, 2 is not part of the solution, but I should say that 2 also will satisfy, so I should keep 2 in the solution. Suppose there was some other question where 2 was not suppose this equal to sign was not there. Okay, suppose this, I'm not talking about this question, I'm changing the question now. Suppose this equal to sign was not there, then I would not have considered 2. Because now it doesn't matter, even if x is 2, then this thing will become 0, which we don't want. So in that case, we don't need to add 2. So we just simply neglected it because this term doesn't have an effect on the entire thing, and we solved it. But because here, if I put equal to sign, then I have to say that x can be equal to 2. That is the extra in the solution. Okay, I hope everything is clear and there is no confusion. If anything is not clear and you want a clarification, please post in the comment section. I will clarify. Okay. Hope you had a good time learning. Let's meet again in the next video. Thank you.